Hello, everybody. It is Mary
and Amma,
and we are reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yes,
we are doing it for you, Tanika.
Yes,
we are doing it for you, boo. But we invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below. So we're just gonna get right into it.
Oof, child.
Who began first?
So, we saw
Marlo,
Sonia with her. She lives.
She's
very
Jamaican.
interesting. She was a gold medalist Olympic runner, right? Mm-hmm. And her husband also was an athlete. And they lived together with their child and her parents. So that's 5 people, and then her sister and the sister's husband with their 2 kids. So
why
that's
are they all living
9
together, though?
people. Because her sister helps her out, and her mom manages her. Her sister and her husband help her out with a baby, and then the mom manages her. And so the mom has been a manager all this time. So she has wanted, so she has wanted them to move to Atlanta so that they're all together, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's what's going on now. So that was actually quite interesting. The mom just arrived from Jamaica and bought some beef patties and all that. Anyway, so that's her. And then, so I think it's nice have all the families together.
And then it was Sheree and Kenya.
Yes.
Sheree has finally finished Chateau. Sheree, honey.
Yes, she finished her basement.
It looked fabulous.
Yes.
I love that basement. It was literally like a lounge. Like, you know, like when you go to a club, you have like the hookah area, then you have the bar, and then you have that. Mm-hmm. It was fabulous.
Yes.
So I thought it was really amazing.
Mm-hmm. And so
they were sitting down talking, and Kenya basically started telling her about Drew, how they have the same assistant.
Now, Drew has an assistant that used to work for Sheree.
Yeah. He
no longer works for Sheree. However, he's there telling Drew all about Sheree's business and how Sheree still owes him money. Now, what I want to tell you to Drew, when you have an assistant that comes in and is that unprofessional to gossip about a former client that he had or employer, you should not be with that assistant at all.
No.
In fact, there should be a 30-day period or maybe 2-week period where you check
2 weeks
out.
Isn't long enough to see if they gossip.
Well, let's say 2 weeks, just in case he starts on week 1. You can fire him. You don't have to deal with him for another 30 days. But, you should not be with an assistant like that because, like what you say...
If he's talking about her, he damn sure talking about you.
When he leaves you, he'll be talking about you, telling you all your business.
Big facts. So you have the assistant there working out and all that, so obviously it's too personal. You know what I'm saying? There has to be some type of distance.
And then the other thing, too, when you have an assistant, you should always have a gag order. That's what the Kardashians have.
The NDA?
Yes, you gotta have that gag order. You gotta have a gag order. And I didn't like the fact that Kenya, you didn't give Drew an opportunity because Candy had told Drew, make sure you tell Sheree. She said, yeah, I'm going to call Sheree and tell her. I just feel Kenya
messy.
You don't have to tell Sheree what Drew told Candy because now you are like a third person. And that reminds me of, who was that on that show?
That was Darcy and Stacey with Georgie when they heard from a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend that he called them stupid Americans.
And she actually said that. And I got this information from a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. And I was like...
I think they were testing her to see how stupid Darcy would be. Because
she started crying.
I can't believe
a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend.
I would just be like, please, madam, please exit stage left.
And then later on, they found out it wasn't true.
Yeah.
Never, and then they were like, after they've caused all the chaos.
I respect you, Georgie. I believe you.
I'm sorry that hey, it was a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. how, accurate can they be?
And
that was
mind
it.
you, the two friends are alcoholics. They actually have a drinking problem. So how Darcy believed them?
It appears that way, but we don't know.
They always got a glass of wine in their hand.
I don't know what their medical history is, so we actually don't know.
Smells like an alcoholic.
But we don't know. Allegedly, we don't know.
Allegedly.
So, but coming back to Kenya, I just thought that was messy.
But she probably had nothing else to talk
Kenya,
about.
But exactly.
I have never really liked her.
Sheree to probably be nosy and see what's up with the house, her house, whatever. Yeah. And Sheree is chomping at the bit to show off her house because she says, I can't wait for these bees to see my house and pick their mouth off the floor when they see my house. So, Kenya, you came, had nothing to say. That's what happens. When you're not really that close to somebody,
you just start gossiping.
To say, you start gossiping. They call Sonia and then also Sonia asked Sonia what Marlo had said about her. So Sheree called Sonia to say, yeah, didn't Marlo say that Kenya had a white fridge and how her Range Rover she borrowed from Lisa Ray? And Kenya is like, I don't even know Lisa Ray like that to be borrowing stuff from her.
Yeah.
And yes, okay, maybe I have a white fridge, but I was able to pay my rent.
And white fridges can be very classy. Okay.
Maybe that was some shade on Marlo. Girl, you guys stay out of people's pockets. Stay out of folks' pockets.
My thing is, y'all are almost 50. Y'all ain't nothing better to do.
Some of them are 50. Like Sheree, I know Sheree is past the age of 50.
Well, y'all almost 70. Y'all ain't got nothing better to do.
Anywho, so that was it. I guess there. Anywho, but that was a little messy. I thought that was messy with Kenya. And then who was the other one? Oh, Marlo. I thought that was a really cute thing what she did for her nephew.
He's having his homecoming.
Got him wearing a Hermes belt. Girl,
he was smiling. He's like, Hermes belt. Like he looked all happy.
I thought she went to go see Candy, and I thought that Candy gave her good advice in that. Why do the children have to come up struggling just because you grew up in the project or whatever? And
she also said, why does black have to be associated with struggle?
Yeah, and
it can't be associated with luxury, with high class.
But not only that, she made a very good point. You have him in this school where the kids have their Mercedes Benz and all that stuff. Children, when they are growing up, when they're like in their teen years, their whole identity is really tied to their peers and like what they have. Like it's just tied
Which
to
is
that.
sad.
But it's tied
because you
to
come
that.
into this world by your damn self.
Yeah.
And God makes you by your damn
self. We live in this world.
Weren't you saying be an empty vessel today?
We live in this world. And the thing is, when the children are going to these schools where there are other rich children, and your child is the one sitting there and does not have, that child feels a low self-esteem because of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So either you put your child in a different school where they're not around rich people. But if you're going to put them in school with wealthy children, then you need them to dress the part. It is what it is. That's just how it is. If not, they're going to have very low self-esteem. They're probably going to be teased and bullied just because of that.
Yeah.
The teachers also are going to treat them differently too. Some of the teachers, most of them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just how it is. So I think she raised a very good point. There's nothing wrong with him looking good. You buying him, I don't know, $1,200 suit, because you better believe those other kids, they're going to be dressed up too. So I like the fact that she had him with his Hermes belt. Boy, that belt is expensive now.
But I also wanted to say something about that whole meeting where Marlo came and she was basically like, Candy, I do appreciate you always cash apping the money or doing a GoFundMe or whatever the case was. But, I need more hands-on help. You have a family structure. You never invited me over to a damn movie night. And she said, you need to be the friend that you expect me to be. And which I thought that's why I love Candy, because she just keeps it real. Like, you want me to invite you to a movie night? You've never even invited me over to your place.
She's like, well, come over tonight. And she's like, I have to wipe this stuff up, wash this stuff up.
Yeah.
Because you're not just going to come and bombard me. Like, I have things to do.
Like, we're
you
not even close like that. Like, girl, bye. I probably don't even want you around my kids. And
or my house.
My house that's not done.
So also, then you can go tell everybody, no, thank you, honey.
Yeah. Also, one thing about Candy's home that's not done. I think, me personally, if I was home enough, and I see, like, I cannot. Like, if I see a dirty door that's, like, almost brown or black, I'm going to paint that door.
Yeah.
So, I feel like she's not home enough where she is at a point where she cares enough about getting the home done. Well, like, you're putting your coins into marketing a play. Why don't you put at least some of those coins into finishing your home?
You can actually pay for someone to come in.
And do
just
that. I'm sure she has the funds.
I actually used to do that when I was in college, and I used to love to clean. So I made quite a bit of money going to people's homes.
Yeah.
And just organizing the place. And they used to love it. You know, you just go in and you just organize everything.
Yeah.
For them, you clean up and all that stuff. They're like, man, I've not even seen this section of my drawers yet. I will go all in there, all up in their business, all up in their paperwork, organize it, bills, whatever. And I was a teenager, but I'll do all of that.
Yeah.
You know, and they'll be like, you went in the drawers and you clean? Because I guess they just thought maybe I was just doing like outside cleaning. And I'm all up in their drawers, looking at all the papers, like how you clean.
Yeah.
Looking at everything, making sure everything is where it needs to be. Okay, this looks like a utility bill. This looks like... And they'll come in like, you were all up in my...
personal business.
And this is, I haven't seen that journal in a while. Well, I saw it here. Taxes here. I mean, I'm not looking at their stuff, but I'm just organizing every nook and every cranny. And then that person will give me a reference to their friends. Oh my goodness, this girl really cleans. She gets all up in everything. Don't tell her what to do, because she will do more than you probably thought she will do.
Yeah.
You
so
know?
that's what I'm saying, Candy. Like,
pay for someone to come and
don't
do
depend
that.
on your husband to do everything. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I thought?
I thought it was a little shady.
It was a little shady when she came and she says,
everything's out of whack when you're gone for a weekend.
You're not here. Because you seem to be taking a lot of vacations. And then when he says, Candy, you're gone for months? Months?
I know you're a businesswoman, but girl, where your kids?
Honey, and I'm wondering, you're married. What are you doing? You know, I know you're trying to make
she's
that
probably
point,
the breadwinner.
And that's what she was trying to say. Well,
she tried to say it so delicately.
Yeah, but he knows exactly what you're trying to say. And I think that's why he is there trying to make sure he got his own. He got his own thing. That's why he loves himself. Because that man, he got a condo in New Jersey.
My thing is, I don't think there's anything wrong with him having a condo in New Jersey. Like, if it's like, see, if I'm getting married and you say, I'm gonna go buy a condo, then you better get your ass out, because we get a divorce.
And look, and she says, my name is not on there. He's like, well, my
name not on this house.
He was ready. He's like, well, my name is not on this house. And she's like, well, I don't have a key. He's like, you can get a key. And then later she's like, well, I don't want a place with him and his ex. Candy, are you thinking clearly? You need to be going
there every week.
And since you are in Broadway, that's where you need to stay and bring some of your things into the home before it becomes a condo
for him and his
bachelor condo.
Yeah. Girl, you need to be on top of your stuff when you're married, honey.
Like, I don't know what is going on if we're seeing the whole picture.
Probably not. But from what we are seeing, girl, you need to be on top of that man like white on rice, because that man can leave you any minute. Well, not leave you, but I mean, a marriage can dissolve at any time.
But you guys seem as though you're losing connection. You gotta fix that, Candy.
I mean,
because I am
but the
rooting
first
for you guys.
episode, she even said they don't really be having sex like that.
Yeah, that's what I think.
And I know she had a whole tour where she had like this thing called Sex Dungeon. Girl, if you talking about Sex Dungeon, you better make sure you're having sex. If
anybody should be having sex, I'm expecting you to be having sex with all the sex toys and all the stuff you were talking about.
I know. Do you even have a sex toy line? I mean, girl.
You have to handle your home.
Yeah, girl, don't get so caught up. And, like, also get an assistant where they can do some other stuff.
Production and stuff that you're doing. And she said that usually, she said in all her businesses, he has always been involved.
But this is the first time that he's not involved.
Why did you not involve him in this one? Oh, this is what I'm wondering, Candy.
Maybe they wanted her, but not him.
Then that's when you say, as a wife,
oh, no,
we work together.
Yeah.
Like, I am him and he is me. And we work together. That's when you say that.
Yeah.
And if they want you...
badly enough, then...
come on.
Yeah.
Because sometimes some of these gigs that you get, you already have money, Candy. Some of these gigs that you get, sometimes they're not worth it. They're not. The guy seems to be a decent guy.
Yeah, he's been there for a long time. He's been steady, no cheating allegations, no nothing. So girl, don't take your connection for granted. Don't do that. Because we rooted for you, sis.
Yeah, sometimes,
I love Candy. I do.
Sometimes we do that. Candy can be quite shady. I don't know how I feel about Candy completely. I do like her.
I mean, she can be shady sometimes, but I do think she can be
I don't know how I feel about Candy, but let's see. She kind of reminds me of myself, but maybe that's why. She reminds me of myself a little bit. Being extra diplomatic, but keeping it real, but you still playing the game.
So you don't like yourself?
No, but, she just reminds me of myself when I was out there navigating the waters of employment.
Yeah.
I'm retired now.
But let's talk about the boys. They went out to Drew's husband. Yes, so we finally found out what the hell's going on with Drew's husband.
So Drew's husband,
he had an assistant.
Husband and Candy's husband, they went out drinking.
Yes, but we found out what happened with the assistant. Apparently, he had an assistant. One day,
50 years old.
His assistant's 50?
That's what his wife says. However,
maybe she's being sarcastic like I'd be being sarcastic.
No. But apparently she looks good because the wife was saying she was looking at her Instagram and stuff like that. So she's like, it doesn't really matter what her age is because that doesn't mean you're not going to be with her because she's 50. Because there's some 50-year-olds who look good. I mean, look at J-Lo.
Yeah. Is she African American?
I have no idea. I don't know who this woman is.
Well, anyway, she texted him and was like, I can give you a back massage.
He was trying to find a massage therapist. He couldn't find any in Atlanta.
There are so many in Atlanta. Police.
Anyway,
I lived there for almost 4 or 5 years.
He said he could not find a massage therapist. And then she sends to him and says, I can give you a personal massage. I don't know why she put a personal massage there. So she texts that to him and he said to her, I am a man, LOL.
I'm a man. So that means that I'm probably going to want you to massage my penis or something.
Is that what that means? Because
I
did not know.
Because what do you mean I'm a man? Like you're going to be sexually aroused or whatever? Like... But he said he wanted to say, like, I'm a man, like, sometimes I forget to take massages. You are such a bullshitter. You remind me of Martell, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, anyway, the guys were not buying whatever he was selling.
Yeah, you couldn't find a massage parlor.
Yeah, nobody wink. They were not buying what you were selling.
Yeah, because they're men, and they know that you are full of it. Yeah, they were not buying what
you were saying. They were not.
Yeah.
No.
And he said the thing is, it's not even a matter of them understanding what I'm saying, but they got to believe me. No, you just have to tell the truth, mother effer. No, you have to tell the damn truth. Like Michael Jackson said.
You're cursing, don't curse.
I didn't say the F word. I said mother effer. But my thing is
with quite a bit of venom and bass.
Like what annoys me? Because he reminds me of Martell from Love and Marriage Huntsville. But my thing is like, bruh, just Like Michael Jackson said, it starts with the man in the mirror.
I'm searching for
With
the man in the mirror. Oh, yeah.
I'm asking him to change his ways.
Change your ways. Change your ways.
Na 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 na.
We cannot sing to save our lives. Do not quit your dream. Oh boy. Okay. All right. So
but yeah, so that fool was a liar.
So,
but let's talk about how he
decided.
But let's show. But he set up his wife real well.
So no. Well, no. Let's start with what happened. So he decides, look, I'm gonna take my wife.
This was after they had worked out
because I just really need to take her out. So he gets the dress for her,
flowers,
which is a next to nothing dress. It's very short.
You could probably
it is
it's
like
slit.
Right.
The slit is up to here. Okay, it's giving all hip, and then it's this short. Like you can see. It's
we're not putting our bottoms on the thing, but it is just so high, and the way it's cut, it's so short. Then up here,
if she bends over, you'll be seeing her whole derriere.
But not only that, I just feel like that outfit is not even protecting her because it is kind of cool outside. You're totally dressed in a suit.
A five-piece suit.
She has to put something over her shoulders because you've decided to have this stuff on a rooftop with the
at your boy's tailor shop.
So she walks into the tailor shop that walks out into a rooftop.
That's all nasty with the
walls
mold
behind you are all like
moldy.
Mildewed.
Yeah.
It's not a really nice ambience, I don't think. You all tell us what you think.
And y'all listen, y'all, and you cannot be blinded by the candles and the roses. That looks cheap.
Because when he sits where he was sitting,
and the camera looks behind him, all the mold.
The mold.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so she comes there. They sit down.
Don't forget, he doesn't even.
No, he doesn't
even say that she looks good.
Yes,
he doesn't say wow. She doesn't say you're beautiful. He just looks at her up and down.
And then she says, yo, you look gorgeous. And then he says, oh, you look good.
As he looks her up and down with disgust.
Anywho, they sit down and he said, before he talks to her, I guess in the confessional, he's saying that I remember when I proposed to her and how she felt, and I wanted her to feel so good that she doesn't have to think that there's any other woman or something.
No, he said that when I proposed to her, she felt like a queen, and I wanted her to feel like a queen today because I want her to know that
she's the most important woman in my life.
No, he said what he had said verbatim was that I want her to feel like no woman can ever come close to her. So you always be the main chick, but I got side chicks all around this riffraff and probably a bunch of other baby mamas.
Ooh, child.
I mean, your wording just sounds effed up, brother.
And when she was in the car, before she gets to him, she asks the driver, she's like, I don't know what Ralphie's doing. And she does this. I was like, is that a laugh? Sounds like the laughter of a wife who knows that she's in trouble. It sounds like a laughter of a wife who knows she's in trouble.
It was so thick.
Yeah. And then when she walks in, she does that other.
We gonna be praying for you.
She was really trying to give him, I guess, kudos, but she was like, she told him.
But she said, I want us to go through these highs, for us to go to these lows.
Yeah, I don't want us to have these highs and then these lows. And then she's like,
even now I'm like feeling myself like eggshells because when that wrath comes, it's so bad.
Yeah.
Like you're scared of your husband and his wrath.
And
that's
then
a sign for divorce.
About some I guess the psychiatrist
Dr. Ken talking about how because she was saying that
has some zingers. Dr. Ken said that she has
some zingers.
Like I guess talks back to him, and she really needs to learn how to talk to a man. And then she says,
Well, he says that I'm going to do a session for you so you can know how to talk to men and get your point across. And she said, "Well, I'm going to I'm going to pay for you to have a session so you can know how to talk to women."
And then he says, "Oh yes, the doctor said you had those zingers," and then she says, "Well, the doctor says
that you're a maniac." I was like,
and then he said, "Do you even know what the maniac means? Can a maniac accomplish whatever accomplished?
Yes,
I have degrees.
Watch the serial killer TV channel for just a day."
And then he says, "I have degrees on my wall," which I think was a shade to her. Maybe she doesn't have degrees on her wall. And then she says, "Oh, thank God for Google." So she look up maniac, and gets the definition of a homicidal maniac.
And what she said, maybe you have maniac tendencies.
So it went left real quick.
And then, so she gets up and she's crying, and then he's drinking his wine. He's like, "You ready for dessert?"
Her hand is like
shaking. And then she's walking over and she's batting her eyes and her makeup, whatever. And he's like, "You ready for dessert?"
So she comes back. "Can we just have a conversation?"
And he's like, "Doing stuff for you just ain't the move. And not the move." And then he gets up with his short self, peanut-shaped head, bald self, and walks out the door.
Yes. And
it's that short man syndrome. That's why I couldn't... Anyway.
There's some good short men out there who don't have that syndrome.
I'm looking for somebody who was taller than me.
Yeah, but he just went... And then there was something else that he said when he talked about... he has decided moving forward, he was going to put God first, himself, then his wife, then his children. And then she asked him, "That's not what you've been doing?" No, I have not. He's like, but usually...
But he said that's what men are taught to do, that they have to, that it's it's like the wife first, the kids first, and then they're last. No, boo. That's how it's been for the mother. That's why there's so many single mothers out there.
But that's something that
the man wants to steer.
Women say, and you will always hear psychologists say to women, the woman will always put herself last. So this is something, now he twists around, grabs it for himself. Like this man, he stays trying to manipulate her to make her feel like she's not worthy. Mm-hmm. Whatever she says, he doesn't really answer it. He deflects, he puts it on her. And she says she's feeling like she's on some cloud somewhere, tumbled, like a tumble dryer or something.
Yeah.
And that's not a very good feeling. I don't know what she will do now. She has 3 children, right, by him?
Yeah.
And I don't know if she works. Because I don't really know the session of...
I think she was an actress before.
So she was So I don't know if she works or... you know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of Megan Good. She looks like her, doesn't she? Her face? No?
Hell no.
No? Okay, well, maybe. Okay.
No.
She kind of looks
Megan
like
Good?
I mean, her face. I'm not talking about her the rest of it. I'm just talking about her face.
Maybe some of the facial features. Maybe the eyes.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway,
I just thought it was very sad. You did all that. You paid for all that. Flew her hairstylist in just for you to be a jackass.
And then he did say that I can be...
He said I can be a real asshole.
And she was like...
Yeah, you can. But then also he said that, I don't want tonight to be about the past, because she said that, I feel like this is giving me hope, like we can actually make it through this. He said this is giving you hope.
I know, it was like, then she wanted to hold his hand. He didn't want to touch it.
He said no, you can just speak. As he's eating his shrimp. Yeah, like he reminds me of Martell so much, like it's making me want to vomit.
Yeah, but I don't think they both like each other. I don't think she likes him anymore. I don't think so. How can you like someone and be afraid of them?
Hell no.
Yeah, and I certainly don't think that he likes her. Even when they were having breakfast, remember he said that he was very resentful.
Yeah, because she was like,
her.
because he was like, you've never said that I should stop talking to her. So until you say that, I'm not going to do it. She was like, no, I want you to make that decision for our relationship. And I don't want you to later down the line be like, oh, that wasn't the right decision and that you resent me for it later. He said, well, I resent you for a lot of stuff, actually. And she said, oh, wow. Oh my God, that scares me.
This is the time that you sit down and ask him, what do you resent me for? You don't get up and leave. But, maybe she didn't want to talk about it in front of the camera.
Personally, I mean, I'm just going to say this. I don't give a damn what you resent me for. No. Because you're trying to gaslight me. And I realize that. So I'm not going to engage.
But sometimes you want to let them articulate.
So they can give me a reason?
No.
And harass me further mentally?
It's very good to know how the wheels are turning. So just
I don't know how some people stay there.
I am curious.
I would not give a damn. I'm not getting involved. I gotta protect my higher vibrations. And if you in a peasant vibration, I can't mess with you. Yeah. I'm gonna pray for you though, brother. Yeah,
I don't like using that word peasant. Martel use that word, and I don't know who calls another human being peasant.
I said peasant vibration. I didn't call him a peasant.
No, I don't know. A peasant, is someone who doesn't have money, who's poor. But I guess maybe like a poor man's mentality. You talk about like in terms of poor in spirit or something like that.
Just
not like money wise, but
no. It's just like it's like you just don't care. Like you're just trying to be narcissistic. Like it's just like you're not trying to evolve.
He was.
Like, you're here trying to be manipulative and, like, vindictive and then just, wicked. I mean, like, you did all... Yes, you set her up just to beat her down.
And I am surprised.
That's what I meant by peasant mentality.
Yeah, I am surprised that he will... I'm surprised that she even said yes to the invitation. After he says that he resents her for a lot of things. I would have said, no, thank you. I don't want your invitation.
But the thing is, when he invited her, she said that, so is this where we're going to be able to talk about our issues? And he says, we need to actually learn to like each other, because if we don't like each other, this whole thing can be broken up.
I cannot with this man. I cannot. I just can't. You guys tell us what you think. This is so toxic. To me, it's just so toxic. It's out of my realm of understanding. Like, they really need serious.
They need to divorce.
No,
listen, not as mom.
But they're going through counseling already.
Mommy, but if you're going through counseling, you're still acting like this. I'm sorry, y'all.
Obviously, it's not
you say it to me all the time, and I believe it. Well, you do not. Every marriage does not have to work out. If you see somebody has fundamental red flags, and they are not willing to change, there is no reason for you to try to work that out. For you to go and spend 5-10 years with somebody who does not change, who does not give a damn about you, and who does not even like you. Yeah. Why the hell am I going to sit here and try to make something work when you don't like me? You're not trying to work it out. Like you don't even have basic respect for me. Why am I going to sit here in a marriage? Because we got kids? I'd rather be with somebody, move on, heal, be with somebody who loves me, and I can demonstrate a healthy, loving relationship rather than try to make some toxicity work. I'm here getting bitter. I'm here getting fat. I'm here like gaining weight. I'm here also like my skin is sagging, like my acne is all over the place. Older. I'm looking older. I'm aging. Like I'm not youthful. You ain't gonna suck all the youth out of me, boo. I'm gonna be leaving. I'm gonna be 20 times finer than you met me. So why do that? Yeah. Why do that? You do not have to save every damn marriage. You don't. Yeah. You don't. You can be just like Taylor. Who's that lady who had 10 different husbands?
Which one? Oh, Elizabeth Taylor. She had 8. She told Oprah that.
Oh, she was on Oprah? Oprah, she was alive when Oprah was around?
Oh, yeah.
What?
In fact, she even married her, I think, 8th husband when Oprah was here. But she did make a point. She says, in her day, right, you don't have sex with someone until you get married. Okay. Right? So when she was with someone and they were getting close, she will get married to them. So, because that's just her belief, Well,
also, I feel like you shouldn't get married to somebody just to have sex. You should probably definitely get married for character.
She likes the person.
Okay.
She likes the person. But we're not going to date and have sex without being married. either, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So anyway.
But yeah, don't hold on to marriages, y'all.
But
Let
you know
it go.
what? I also found this inappropriate, and maybe I'm misunderstanding. When she says, well, Dr. So-and-so says that you're a maniac. And then Dr. So-and-so says you got zingers. Is the doctor like talking to them one-on-one and bad-mouthing the other partner?
Unprofessional.
Because it's so inappropriate. I'm anyway, you guys get in the comments. Let us know what you think. And what you think about that doctor? Like, I don't know who this doctor is.
How do you call your client a maniac?
Well, I don't know. Did he say it?
Who
in
are
front of
y'all
the other?
Anyway, Atlanta is not a place for love. It's not a place for, I don't want to say professionalism, but it's a place that's not for a lot of stuff. And love damn sure is not one of them.
So we will see what happens next time.
Unfortunately. Oh my God, with Basketball Wives this next week Monday, y'all. Y'all know I'm up in that thing reviewing it.
Oh boy, they're back.
Yes, and all the originals. Jackie's there, Evelyn's there.
Oh wow.
I think somebody else is there. I can't remember, but it's mostly all the originals. Malaysia, Brandy, Tammy. Oh wait, no, is Tammy there? Mm-hmm. No, I don't think so. She's been looking really ill lately. I don't know what's going on. But
she looks like she's gotten older, probably.
No, she looks really like, you know how Chadwick Boseman got really skinny in the neck, like his head was too big for his head. Like his head was too big for his body. Like she looks really skinny. I pray she's okay.
She's okay. She was one of the ones I really liked.
Yeah, she's not there though.
Real.
But all the other ones are there.
Well, that's good that she's not there, because then that means she's at home taking
protecting
care
her
of
peace.
herself. Yeah.
Yeah, Jackie's there though.
Yeah.
Jackie has been an OG of that show.
So.
But it is Mary, y'all.
And Amma.
We invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below.
And thank you for all our new subscribers.
And thank you for watching us and supporting.
Yes.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Yes.
We appreciate everything.
Comments. We will get to all the comments and respond before the weekend is out.
Por favor.
Okay.
Night.